for the transfer window incoming in the next few months. Talking about strikers, guys, let's talk about a talent. I want to start with a talent who's been in the rumors for a long time, and I'm sure he's going to be in the rumors in the summer. Playing for Levante, and the player is Etta Young, the Cameroonian striker from Levante, because I received many questions about him in the recent days. Why the boy was on the bench, for example, in the recent games, why he wasn't playing, what really happened around Etta Young. He's very talented, very good player, but basically what happened is that Levante received a last-minute proposal from CSKA Moscow, because the Russian market was still open a few days ago. So this week, Levante received a proposal worth up to 30 million euros for Etta Young, and Levante were prepared to accept, to get the money and to let the player go to Russia. The player had zero intentions to leave La Liga and go to Russia. He's very young in terms of age, and so he didn't want to make this move at this moment of his career. And so Etta Young decided not to proceed, but Levante were prepared to make the deal happen. And so you can imagine for the player how was this affecting. Now it's February. I'm sure that for the next months Etta Young will give his best for Levante. In the summer, be careful with the situation of Etta Young, because Barcelona are following the player. Barcelona really like Etta Young, that's guaranteed, that's for sure. Barcelona scouting team were already considering to try activate the release clause last summer, in the final days of the summer transfer window for Etta Young. So Barcelona were monitoring this boy and were interested in an opportunity, then they didn't proceed. Barca still following him, at the moment is nothing done, nothing advanced, just following the player. And then be careful with Premier League clubs, because for example Fulham and not only are following the situation of Etta Young. There is a lot of interest from Premier League, and so I would not be surprised if in the summer we will have a here we go for Etta Young to a big club, especially with Premier League sides moving around this boy. Talking about strikers, guys, many questions I've received this week are about Julian Alvarez. Why? Because from Spain and especially from Argentina, we have many rumors. From Argentina, the reports this week are something like Julian Alvarez already agreed to go to Barcelona. Julian Alvarez will be a Barcelona player. Julian Alvarez to Barcelona is a done deal. I'm sure, guys, that about Julian we will have plenty of stories in the next months, so this is just the beginning. Get ready, it's going to be full of stories, full of rumors. What I can tell you on Julian Alvarez, guys, is that at this stage there is nothing agreed, nothing done, nothing advanced, nothing close with any club, especially also with Barcelona. Atletico Madrid will not make life easy for any club interested in Julian Alvarez. So the really important part of the story, which makes me keep the doors open for the future of Julian Alvarez, is the player. Is the player who will have to communicate at the end of the season, close to the end of the season, with Atletico Madrid and inform them about his plans for the future. As of now, the message from Atletico Madrid is we will not make it easy. If you see rumors on 65, 70 million euros transfer fee, forget about that. Atletico Madrid don't want to sell the player for this money. So I know there are many stories, many rumors, but again, Atletico will not make it easy. Then it's going to be on the player. And this is why I tell you, keep the doors open for the future of Julian Alvarez, for Barcelona and for top clubs around Europe, from England and also from other countries. Why? Because depends on the player, depends on Julian. But for sure, at this stage, nothing is decided. The price is not 65, 70 million euros as some reports indicated this week. And again, Atletico will not make it easy. So is the player who will have to make his feelings clear from now to the end of the season with Atletico Madrid. So let's follow the situation. But so far, I can guarantee nothing guaranteed or nothing advanced. On other strikers, guys, what I wanted to mention is Darwin Núñez. I keep telling you Darwin Núñez is going to be a big topic for the summer transfer window, because he's now out of the Al Hilal squad for the Saudi Pro League, only playing in the Asian Champions League, and Darwin Núñez is not happy at all about the situation. Darwin Núñez can't be happy to be out of the squad at Al Hilal. He only joined a few months ago and now out of the squad in the Saudi Pro League. It's a technical decision after Benzema joined, and you can imagine a big character, a big player like Darwin Núñez can't be happy. So Darwin will be a big topic. He could be back to Europe in the summer. Is a possibility. Follow the Darwin Núñez situation in the next months, because there will be movements, and there are several clubs already looking at that situation from Europe, and not only. So it will be Darwin to decide. Of course, in Saudi the salary is completely different. In Europe would be reduced, and so it's also on Darwin to decide. Okay, I want to go somewhere where I can get big money still, as I'm doing at Al Hilal, or maybe go back to Europe in a different football. So it's on Darwin to decide. We will see what's going to happen, but there will be movement with him. Many questions also on strikers from Italy. There are many clubs following also the situation of Marcus Thuram. At Inter, Marcus Thuram's situation could be an interesting one for the summer. At the moment, there is nothing. So despite the reports we had also in the last few months, there is nothing advanced, nothing concrete. Many asking if it's true that he has a release clause into his contract. Yes, there is a release clause into the contract of Marcus Thuram at Inter, but it's on very high value. Also, at the moment, the player is fully focused on Inter. It's an important season for the club, and so Marcus Thuram remains fully focused on this season for Inter and on the World Cup with the French national team. So it's a big 6 months incoming for Marcus Thuram. Then let's see what's going to happen in the summer, because there are clubs clubs following the situation, especially from Premier League and not only. So monitoring the progress of Marcus Thuram, we will see what's going to happen. But at the moment, in terms of something advanced, something concrete, not yet. Who could be back to Italy and join the Premier League football from Italian football a few years ago is Joshua Zirkzee. Joshua Zirkzee was very high on the list of Juventus and Roma in the January transfer window. Then Roma signed another Dutch striker, Daniel Malen. He's doing fantastic, so Roma are very happy with him, and they're expected to put money on the table and sign Malen on a permanent transfer in the summer from Aston Villa. So for Roma now, the Joshua Zirkzee story is quiet. Juventus, let's see what kind of Juventus will be in the summer, Champions League football and all the other factors, but the interest in Zirkzee remains. I think for Joshua Zirkzee there will be movements in the summer, with several clubs already showing interest, with the player who is now being super professional, showing his commitment to Manchester United till the very end of the season, even if he's not playing that much. Zirkzee is being very serious, very professional, trying to help at his best. Then at the end of the season for Zirkzee will be probably time to try, play more, find more game time. Let's see also what Man United will decide. Let's see what kind of Man United will be, Kerry Keane or not, who's going to be the manager. Let's see what's going to happen with Champions League football. So several factors, but Zirkzee could be one of the names to follow in the summer transfer window when it's about strikers. And so guys, let me know your thoughts on all these stories from Julian Alvarez. What's your expectation? And then